Every day I realize more than the last that the franchises I hold so deeply to my heart have an abundance of dog water dookie amongst their franchise's IP history. This game looks great though. With that being said, I would like to talk about the announcement of Marvel vs. Marvel, no Capcom, a fighting game that rose from the ashes of WB Games' still smoldering remains. Also, Iron Man's a goddamn Gundam now. Just another reason for me as a DC fan to scream into the same abyss Owlman blinked at.
It doesn't matter.
So right out the gate, this game genuinely looks fantastic.
Say that again?
I expected Marvel vs. Capcom to make a comeback, but no. We got the same guys who made Dragon Ball FighterZ making a Marvel fighting game with 4v4. What?
We felt like we just had to go 4v4. And in doing so, we found a lot of unique and fun ways to change up the gameplay that I think players are going to be very excited to see.
Learning 4 characters is extremely daunting, but the team at Arc System Works has found a way to design a system that adapts to your playstyle. So you could either duke it out as just the leader and 3 assists, or you can tag in your assists to swap the leader and change the matchup on the fly.
And on top of that, we're getting these heavily inspired anime designs for everyone, except Doom. I mean, there's not really much you can change about him, and he still keeps that same Latvian aesthetic, I guess. Just give him a God Emperor Doom skin, and I think I'm good. But the reason I bring up the anime-inspired designs is because it really got me thinking. This is why Marvel has been succeeding at video games the last couple of years. They actually trust these developers to fully convey their vision, allowing them to redesign these timeless classic comic book heroes and keep them fresh.
なので今回のアイアンマンのデザインを皆さんご覧いただければわかると思うんですけども、かなりこう日本らしいアークシステムワークスらしいデザインっていうのが出ているかなと思うので、マーベルの皆さんの反応がすこぶる良くて。
And this is an issue I see with a lot of Marvel content, specifically with the TV shows and even some of the movies, that everything tries to keep the same aesthetic, like create that MCU realistic design for characters when they should look goofy or badass in completely different ways because it's a comic book. The gameplay appears smooth and everyone's movements seem fluid. Even when Dr. Doom is walking with that same Smash Bros. Brawl Ganondorf speed, I still want to play as him. Now, obviously, we got a whole year until this game comes out. Things could change, and hopefully we all get a chance to play a beta or something, because this shit's got me hyped. I really hope they add some of the more wacky Marvel characters, since now they don't really have access to the Capcom cast. Supposedly. I mean, I could see Ryu making an appearance as a guest fighter or as DLC, kind of akin to Raiden in Injustice. I want to see some of the really outlandish characters. I really want some James Gunn-esque, like, oh yeah, you remember this character Weasel from issue 47? Sure. Fuck it, throw him in there. Obviously, keep some of the classic characters. I'm really sad that Hulk's not even part of the main roster right there, but yet again, this game has a long time until it finally finishes its development cycle, and maybe it's subject to delays as well. So like I said, don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I really want some of the wackier and goofy characters, and even some of the ones that don't get as much representation in the video game space in the Marvel universe. So that gives me at least some kind of faith that we're going to get more of the X-Men and all the other characters, maybe even Blade, that Marvel doesn't necessarily own the rights to, or the rights have always been kind of iffy on, like Hulk with Universal. So we'll see, because video games usually don't affect that as much, but it's always a very Marvel thing, Disney thing to do, where they push the characters. Hey, by the way, this guy's got a movie coming out. Let's chuck in Red Hulk instead of Hulk, because we can make a movie about Red Hulk and not really about Hulk without having Hulk be a part of another. This is just going to go on to another Hulk rant. I can't do this today. I see your Trinity back there. I see it. You got Cap, Iron Man, and Thor. Yeah, let me fix that. That's better. Now, Tokon seems to mean fighting spirit in Japanese, but soul and spirit are also kind of interchangeable, especially here in the West. Now, I'm really wondering if that alludes to any special abilities that a character might have in game. We see them use some special Super Smash Bros. Final Smash moves right here in the trailer. But it would be really cool if they took even more of an anime aesthetic and have characters power up Dragon Ball style or something. I don't know, there's a lot of goofy, outlandish things they could do with this game. There's so much comic history you can compact into one game and not make it feel overwhelming. Using it as a way to further expand and add variety to the gameplay. Like Scarlet Witch, the girl can literally manipulate reality. That is such a cool and unique power. At the same time, it's very hard to write a good story about it because genuinely she can just do whatever the hell she wants, right? You kind of have to limit her in some respective way. So it'd be cool if maybe she can reverse or add more time or take away time from the game's actual time limit. That would be awesome. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of cool, unique things they could do, and I'm very excited because this is a very talented team right here, and I genuinely I'm just genuinely excited. That's it. Like, it's been so long since I've been excited for a fighting game, right? And this one looks heavenly. Thank God. But the main reason I wanted to make this video is just to, I guess, add a little light, a little spotlight to a certain topic I've been wanting to talk about for a while. DC, what the f? I would consider myself a very big Marvel fan. Yo, what the fuck? However, I am a massive DC shill. DC shill. Okay, I will buy anything DC related. I absolutely love Batman, one of my favorite characters of all time in all fiction, not even just comic books, right? Superman. Awesome, super underutilized in the movie industry, surprisingly, ever since the fucking Christopher Reeves days. All right, Batman games, incredible. Batman has had some of the best video games, honestly, of all time. Not even just with comic book characters. That's it, really. I don't have a positive message to really end this video off of. I just want a good DC game. Give me a Green Lantern RPG where you explore the galaxy and interact with aliens and developing new constructs with your emerald eyes. That would be fucking awesome. Imagine that. There's so much expansive lore with the DC multiverse you could explore, right? Give me a Superman, for God's sake. A Flash game. There's so much creativity just waiting and boiled up there. Or you could keep making this. Yeah, never mind. Y'all cooking.